Hey everybody, I decided to make this video because a lot of people ask me all the time, why do I ban Aurelia? Why don't I ban Riven? Why don't I ban Fiora? Why don't I ban Zeri? When Zeri was horribly broken, basically an auto win, people said, if Zeri's so overpowered, why don't you ban Zeri? So I realized a lot of you guys don't really understand how to do champion select, and it seems like a really basic thing to know how to do, but some of you don't know. It's okay to not know. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just saying that I can teach you in this video how to do champion select a little bit better. So that's what we're gonna do. Now, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to leave a comment down below. All these things help me a lot, and they help me with my stutter and slur when I say to like the video. So thank you everybody in advance. Make sure to leave any feedback if you have that too. Why do I ban Aurelia? Let's go into champion select. Everybody gets one ban and everybody gets one pick. You can see I'm using Notepad and Paint because I'm a very high-tech content creator who uses only the very best. Everybody gets one ban and everybody gets one pick. Now, the way to start this is to identify what champions do best into you. I should actually say, have a champion pick in mind. Wow, I can only type that poorly when I'm trying to make a video. So, okay, when you go into champions, like I'll say this one, have a champion pick in mind. Try to think of who you're already going to play before you do your ban. This is important. Identify which champions do best into that pick. Now, for me, as an Aatrox player, the champion that would do best into me is probably Aurelia. I'll go into why here real quick. Aurelia has healing on her Q. So that means Aatrox can't poke her down. Not really. She pretty much always overheals and goes back to full. So Aatrox can't poke her down. Now, can Aatrox beat her in the all-in? No, because of her passive. She pretty much will always just try in the all-in. Can he kite her? Well, no, because her Q and going to minions with her Q and just queuing to him. Can he hit her with a Q at all? Well, no, because her Q puts her behind him. Can he survive? No, because at level 6 she gets ult, Qs to a minion, ults you, and you die from full. Realistically, there is no path to victory for me playing Aatrox against Aurelia. I want to play Aatrox, I want to first pick Aatrox, and there's nothing I can do against Aurelia. So identifying which champions do best into that pick, my pick in this situation would be Aatrox, and Aurelia utterly destroys me. Now, I am not saying that Aurelia is the only champion that's good into me. Let's go up to Paint real quick here. If I've identified that there are 3 champions that are good into me, let's think about which one I should ban then. Should I ban the champion who does best into me? Yes, that's about it. Now, there's more to this, but what I'm saying here is that there are still other champions who are good into me. I'm not saying that the number 2 champion isn't good into me. I'm not saying the number 3 champion isn't good into me. I'm just saying that Aurelia does best into me, and I ban Aurelia because she does best into me. I still do have other picks. I will still be defeated by other people. This seems to be something that I need to say out loud. Even though it seems really obvious to me, I need to say it out loud. If I do poorly into Fiora, I'm not saying that, like I only get one ban. I'll obviously going to do poorly into Fiora. I'm just saying I would do much worse into Aurelia. This goes into this one. I need to improve my odds of winning. In fact, let's move that one up here because I think it does better up here. I'm trying to ban to improve my odds of winning. I'm trying to make my first pick safer. Let's move this one up here too. In fact, let's move all of these up here. Okay. So this is a first pick strategy. If I'm second pick, I don't know how I would ever know that unless it was dead ass last pick. But if I'm first pick, I'm using this ban to cover my first pick. I'm improving my odds. Now, there's a few things that can go into this potentially. Let me can I load up? There's one thing that I've seen a lot of people do, and this sometimes occurs, but I'll go into this real quick. Now, look, if I'm trying to first pick, I don't know, anyone, it doesn't really matter. If I'm trying to first pick anyone, and I don't know, Quinn utterly obliterates my champion. I don't know who Quinn utterly obliterates, but let's say my champion gets utterly obliterated by Quinn. Holy shit, there's nothing I can do about Quinn. She kills me so hard. I just can't lane against her. Do I ban Quinn? Well, no. She rarely gets picked, people rarely play her, and nobody's going to counterpick me with Quinn if they don't already play Quinn. Not really. And if they do, they might just be bad enough at the game that I could beat them anyway. Quinn's such a low pick, I just need to accept and I'll put this one here. I just need to accept being obliterated. Quinn will destroy me. There's nothing I can do about it. But her pick rate is so small that if Darius also destroys me, and Darius gets picked 5 to 10 times as much, well, Darius is going to improve my odds of winning the best, which is this part. I am trying to improve my odds of winning, which goes, I'm going to use this. Think of this as a different example right now. If this is the strongest champion in top lane, and this is the second strongest, and this is the third strongest, which one would I want to ban? Well, you're saying to yourself, well, obviously, ban the strongest champion in top lane. That improves my odds of winning. But no, because you're not thinking about it. If this champion right here is Riven, and this champion down here is Irelia, I'm banning Irelia. Even though Irelia is weaker than Riven. Because the thing is, if I'm playing Aatrox, Aatrox is a semi-decent game into Riven. A semi-decent game. I can imagine a world where I can actually beat Riven and I can win the game. That world is possible. I've done it multiple times. Even Fiora, you guys have seen me. I can beat Fiora. It's hard. It's doable. I've lost to Fiora multiple times. Now, I want to hammer that point home. I'm not saying that this strategy will automatically win you the game. It's improving my chances of winning the game, though. So I can beat Riven, I can beat Fiora. Anytime I fight Irelia, there's basically nothing my champion can do. Can I try to outscale her? No. Can I play for late game? No. There's nothing. I will lose the laning phase, I will get outscaled. There's just, realistically, as an Aatrox player, in my opinion, the best thing I can do to try to win is to ban Irelia. So, then let's go over this again. Why do I ban Irelia? Because I can't beat Irelia. The champion I have in mind is Aatrox. Irelia does best into Aatrox. I'm trying to improve my odds of winning by allowing me to win the game. I'm trying to first pick Aatrox, and I'm using that ban to cover my pick. I'm accepting that I will be obliterated by Fiora if it happens. I mean, I've beaten her a lot of times. By Riven, if it happens. I'm not saying, once again, I'm truly trying to hammer this home because I've had to explain this like 10,000 times and you guys really don't get it. I'm not saying this is foolproof. There obviously will still be very bad games. I'm just improving my chances. Instead of having a 50% win rate, I will have a 52% win rate. 52% is better than 50%. Therefore, I'm going to use a strategy that gives me the 52% win rate. Even if I still lose 48% of the time, I'm still getting a slightly higher win rate here by using this strategy. I hope this is actually... I think the way I've described this is actually a pretty solid way to do it, right? So I'm going to use one more example just to try to really hammer this one home. In this situation, and these will be now the worst champions for me to fight. If the worst possible champion for me to fight is Poppy, and the second worst is Darius, and the third worst is, I don't know, Quinn. Doesn't really matter. You're going to say to yourself, well, Poppy is a worse champion. But the thing is, Poppy doesn't get picked. So Darius, who does get picked, Darius, this guy is going to be my ban. My ban will not be Poppy because Poppy doesn't get picked enough for me to worry about. I will have to accept being obliterated because remember, this is top lane. You get obliterated all the time against Poppy. And I hope everyone gets this all now. I hope I'm explaining the bans and pick processes pretty perfectly because I get asked this question every day and I'm really hoping you guys get this one. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments down below. I'll try to answer them if we get to them. If not, I think I've covered basically everything. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for, enjoying this content. If you guys have any other questions or any other things that I can maybe try to explain, this did take me like an hour to do, bizarrely. Don't ask why. Don't ask why this video took me like an hour to make. But I kept doing takes of it over and over again because I kept thinking to myself, what would chat do? What would YouTube comment? They would say, Hashinshin, but you'll still lose to Fiora. So like I kept thinking to myself, I better answer this question before they ask it. And I kept doing another take and another take, okay? And if any of you come to this, I accept getting obliterated. Sometimes you're gonna lose. It's okay. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. You guys make videos like this possible. Love you guys. My YouTube members, you guys are great too. Ever make sure to like the video, and I hope all of you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye, everybody.